Good morning, everyone. Sheila here in Boho Daydreams. Welcome to my channel. I am sitting outside. The sun is shining. The clouds are gray. I don't know if it's going to rain or if it's just going to be sunshine. It's beautiful right now. I'm outside because the inside leaves an unnatural color just because of the lights. There's no natural light. And so it's just a little bit difficult to show you actually the true color of the journal. So the journal is a hardcover, hard spine, 2 signature journal that's covered in the Victorian Rose hand-dyed velvet kit that I create, and you all have lots of them in all the different colors. So it's quite a bit like the other journal that I created, but still a little bit different. There's a lot of fun stuff inside. So the Digi kit that I'm using is Hummingbirds, and it comes from Terry Fitzpatrick, and she's a Lucid Lizard Jewelry on Etsy. And I'm going to link that information in the description box. Now the journal is it's a very romantic, very soft, artistic type of journal, as it would have belonged to a young girl who loved to watch birds. And she would watch birds from her window, and she would also watch birds in the garden. And she loves hummingbirds, and so she paints them, and she doesn't see hummingbirds without flowers because they're kind of synonymous, right? So she's a bit of a nature lover. So we'll just go from there, because in this journal she collects things that makes her heart happy. So the journal is tied with a full-length piece of hand-dyed silk. So whoever takes this journal home, because it will be available, can either keep the tie in front or they can tie it off onto the side. You can decide what you want to do and how you want to close it. So the journal cover is not quite complete yet, but it has this beautiful, we're going to say she's the artist that paints these things. This is just part of the Digi kit, but we have to use our imagination now. So there's this beautiful tag that she's painted, and then she's layered it up to make it beautiful, and that is what graces the cover of her journal. Then she also took some of her fabrics that she's collected in her journeys, and she has layered them together. So she has an antique handkerchief that she would have got somewhere, and somebody very special would have added the lace to it. So she has kept that, and she is using that on top of her journal, along with a few other little pieces of lace that she has collected. She keeps on top is a bit of a folder where she keeps all the things that are important to her. So it's a flip out like this, and then it's got antique lace pockets, and it's covered with antique digital paper. And she's got her hummingbird photo in there. Oops. She's named her journal Hummingbird. And then she's got some of the pieces of some of her tags that she has embroidered. We're going to say embroidered because we're using our imagination. And she keeps those with her because they're inspiration to her. And she also keeps with her bits and pieces of things that she might use when she is layering the pieces in her journal. She also has a little pieces of lace and swatches and velvet that she hangs off of here, where she also has her little labels and some more paper. And it just sits on top of her journal. It's easy access, because this is where she'd have all her paper that she needs to paint her pictures and whatnot. That would all be included in here. She also has in here things that are very special to her. She has a letter, and an antique letter, and an antique postcard that she has in here that she has saved and they bring her joy, so she keeps those with her. And then she has a little piece of trim that she tucks in there along with another one of her embroidered tags. So now we're going to go into the journal. Let's see if I can keep this all in frame here before my phone dies. So there is a writing board in here, a very hard writing board, and it's very functional. And she keeps that with her too because she likes to doodle in her journal. It's lined with antique ledger paper. And so we're just going to go through this. And that is one of the, that's part of one of the kits that Terry has in her shop. So there's just some collaging with textiles and pieces of fiber. It's just beautiful layering. It's another pocket and laces. I don't know if you can see the laces on the bottom. Let's see. Here's a beautiful page. This is kind of a tuck spot. And then there's some dangles on the side. It's another tuck spot with an envelope that she would have painted and kept. A little flip out. Here's another flip out. She loves flowers, so she paints them also. And she also has another little swatch package that she keeps in her journal because she knows that sometimes one swatch package isn't enough. There's another pocket. And I don't know if you can see all the trimmings that are hanging off the bottom. This is, it's just held on with a paper clip. It's very usable. It's a flip. This is just a pocket, but you can slide in longer pieces from the top, so you can have your little bits hanging out the top. It's a picture that she painted and then she stuck into her journal. She taped it in there with some washi tape. It's another just little flip out. Some more old lace. There's a dangle there. There's a card. There's another pocket. Some Edith Holden. I think I'm in frame. Yes. I love this. This is a piece of the silk that was in the package that I dyed. It's a bit of a heavier silk, and I just edged. I like to leave things dangling on the bottom, so it kind of hangs out the bottom. Any of that kind of like annoys you, you just cut it off. This is a bit of a tuck spot. Another tuck pocket, and that's just loose. This is a pocket. It's got some stuff in it, some of her paintings. Oops. It's another little tag. It's a dangle, and you can remove the dangles and put them wherever you want. There's places for you to add those pieces of those little tags that the lady has embroidered into your journal. That's one signature. Here's the second signature. She's got some little birdies with a little bit of a button and fiber collage. I love this. I love that fabric. Here is a pocket. And that is an antique piece of wallpaper. And then she just embroidered a bit of her her stems on there. Here's another flip out. Some vellum, another pocket. And this is also antique wallpaper. I love the way it coordinates. And then there's just a bunch of bits and pieces, antique laces, another piece, It's a little bit, it's not really a tuck spot. I think this is a bit of a tuck. There's a lot of tuck spots in here. I like them so you can stick into those little tuck spots, just little pieces of paper, whatever you want. Like this. Here's another piece of that handkerchief that she loved so much with the tiny little tatted trim. Kind of adorns the bottom. And these are just loose, so you can stick those wherever you want. Here's a flip up. Another piece of that wallpaper. Another piece of that wallpaper. And there's a pocket made with another piece of the antique wallpaper. And then a bit of her embroidery. Ooh, I did quite a few of these. She's done a lot of embroidery. She sits by the window, she embroiders. Oh, I love this. I love that. I don't know that I have a lot of that left anymore. I love the vellum papers. You just find a lot of tags all over the place. Here's another one of these. I hope you can see that because I can't see what I'm doing here in the camera. It's just a little bit of a fabric collage that lines the bottom of the page. I love the way that kind of all lines the bottom and it hangs out at different levels. I love that. It's another piece of antique lace. And then there's a pocket, and that's it. If anybody would be interested in this journal, I'm in Canada right now, so I'm not quite sure what the shipping is to the US, but if you want this journal, I can bring it back. I'm going to be offering it in Canada too, but I won't offer it international because the shipping on this journal with tracking is just going to be too high from Canada. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I hope my results come back really quickly so I can get on with my grandma life. Bye.